Hi guys, I'm here once again. Welcome once again to my channel. I'm Emmanuel and I'm here with
William.
okay. William is a business owner. So in Norway, William is going to introduce himself properly, talk about where he's from, like and everything, and talk about his business. So I'll just be asking him a few questions, and that will lead him on what to say and how to explain it better. So, William, first question is, what business do you do?
Yes. Okay. I started a business back in Norway for almost a year ago, which is in short, it's a business where people have the opportunity to swap clothes. So we want to do something about the overconsume of buying clothes that is very evident in Norway, but also the rest of Europe especially. So people have way too much clothes, people buy too much clothes. So our business works in a way where you can deliver clothes into our store, and then you will get back a token or a valuta, which is worth according to how good the clothes you deliver, and then you can use that valuta on all the other clothes in the store.
So it's kind of like how here in Ghana, we have something like we swap phones. Yeah, it's a thing in Ghana here where we swap phones. So we take a used phone, let's say we go and swap it for a better one. But then ours, we add money. If let's say the phone is of a higher upgrade than the other. So how does you guys your own ways, like your clothing something like?
Good question. So when you give the clothes, you get the valuta back, and then you can buy other clothes that is worth the same. So for example, if you give this shirt, then that would probably be worth the same as cameraman's shirt.
Yeah.
But if something else is too expensive, then you can also add on money, or you can bring more clothes.
Oh.
So you can bring more clothes, which would make it possible to buy the clothes you would want.
Okay, but if it's not up to, you have to add money.
You would have to add money, yeah. So most of the time, you can bring a couple of pants, some sweaters, whatever, and then you will get enough money to buy the clothes you would want. So you can even swap this for a jacket if that's what you want. So one of the things is you also save money because you don't have, instead of having to buy the clothes new, then you can just use the clothes you already have if you don't want to use them anymore. So that's also good for the environment, so that we don't have to buy more clothes. And that's one of the main problems we want to challenge or try to solve, is the way clothes in Europe it's way too much clothes.
Yeah.
And it ended up being sent to countries in Africa, countries in South America, which is not good for anyone, and it's a very big problem. So we want to just do more with the clothes we already have.
So then you started this business like on your own. You are the owner of, or you are the CEO or the founder of the business.
So I'm the CEO, I guess it's called. But we have 3 owners. So we're 3 owners.
So you have 2 other partners.
I have 2 other partners. But then we also have a lot of people who helps being in the store, because now I'm studying here in Ghana. So
you are busy.
So
someone watches over the store for you.
Yes. So but we have a lot of volunteers who love clothes, and so they also stay in the store just to help us, so that we can keep it open while I'm there.
I have to say something. I just like the business, the kind of, you see, these are the kind of mindsets like maybe a Norwegian has, like, you know, an African comes up with a business idea and it's kind of different. But this is kind of brilliant, yeah, to have this. So I also want to dive a bit into something. You know, this channel also focuses on like we encouraging young entrepreneurs. So it also includes like our age. So I wanted, is it okay if the audience know how old you are?
How old I am? Oh yeah, I'm 21.
That's in Ghana here we hardly have people who at 21 years who start their own businesses. We hardly have people who are 21 years in Ghana who start their own businesses.
Oh.
Yeah, normally okay, I think I have started my own business, but I'm a little bit older, let's say 3 years older, and I'm considered one of the young people to start a business.
Well, it's not very normal to start a business in Norway either.
Really?
Mostly people start studying, but it is quite easy to do it. In Norway you get a lot of help, both from the government but also from different organizations, which helps you to get started. So I've been to many free economic courses, free entrepreneur courses, because it's also state funded, a lot of those opportunities.
Another difference, we hardly get all those funds let me say focus in Ghana here, we hardly get all those funds. So this leads us to, since we have branched to the country, I wanted to ask, like, comparing Norway to the US, what are the advantages that Norway have?
The Norway has. Well, this is just my opinion, of course. In one of my favorite things about Norway is the way, at least compared to US, that income is distributed, and also the welfare state. So Norway has something that is called the welfare state, which makes education free, healthcare free, and a lot of other social services are free or almost free, which makes the differences between the rich and the poor lesser or smaller than in the US. So if you get injured or if you can't work in the US, that would be a much bigger problem than in Norway, because you would have the social security that will make it possible for you to get healthy and then go back to work.
Oh, okay.
So if you're, for example, when someone gets pregnant and have a child, they will get paid to stay home for a year.
Oh, really?
For a year, and it will be paid for a.
How much? Converting that to cities, how much do you think someone will be paid?
Well, it depends on their job. They will get their salary, even if they're not working, and that's why, because everyone is working for each other. So when you get old, when you're turning 67 years old, then you can stop working. You will get paid every month from the state.
Wow.
And that's because everyone is paying taxes, but the taxes is distributed.
Oh, wow.
So even though maybe someone earns more than others, they still, the people who's become rich has made it the reason why they have.
So the rich people are kind of like trying to help the poor to also kind of live to their standards.
Well, not everyone is happy with that, but one of the main arguments is that if you're very rich, you become rich because you have free education, people supporting you, and it's also it's very important, I think, to acknowledge that some people have better opportunities to get rich than others, and that's not necessarily fair. That someone that is born poor or is born maybe another skin color, or women or men, that they should have it should be harder for them to succeed. So that's why it's very important to have the social services that will help everyone and not just the rich, which in the US is a very big problem. So also the privatization of both healthcare and all businesses in the US makes it so that not everyone can afford to have the same opportunities.
Back to about that. So you said something about the pregnancy, something depending on the job. So asking a question about that, what's the minimum wage someone can make in Norway? Converting it to Ghana City.
To Ghana City. The thing is that it's hard to say a minimum wage, because we actually don't have we don't really have a minimum wage in that we have something called unions,
Unions.
which makes it so that people working have a lot of rights. Which is you get money when you're sick, you get money when you have vacation in the summer, you get paid even though you're not working. So that's the most important thing the union does, is that you have a lot of rights as a worker. So, but I can use as an example. I also, besides doing my business, I also work in a coffee shop as making coffee, just part time, and then I would make 240 CDs an hour.
240 CDs an hour
for making coffee.
And that's not like a rich.
No, that's quite normal, quite ordinary job, which doesn't require any education or anything. So if you have an education or higher education, you would make a lot more.
So if you make that, let's say you're making 240 CDs per hour, how much do you think a person can save out of that?
To save out of that? Well,
the
thing is that,
taking the expenditure.
So I can also, me as a student in Norway, I also receive almost 10,000 CDs a month for studying from the state.
So you're paid for studying?
So I don't pay for my studies, I get paid from the state. Okay. So it's a student loan, but it's I don't have to pay it back before I get a full-time job when I get older. So I can get 10,000 CDs from the state.
A month?
And then I can...
Did you say a month?
A month. And then I can get, from my work, maybe, it depends, 10,000 CDs for working just some hours every week. So then I could save maybe 8,000 CDs a month. 8,000
CDs a month in Norway?
But not everyone is very good at saving money. It's also quite expensive, so I can't say that everything is perfect in Norway, but it is quite different in that way. Yeah.
So I think with this information we come to the close of the video. I want to thank Williams for sharing up. Williams is one of my favorite dudes.
Thank you.
I'm honored.
I'm honored to be here as well.
I'm honored that I'm with such a brilliant mind. Like, as you guys heard, I'm marveled at his mentality. So I want to acknowledge. Thank you very much. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you subscribe and leave a thumbs up. And at least it keeps me going. See you guys.